Oh, hey, just a second, hold on. So, my name's Bill Lutes, and welcome to my Let's Check Out a Klingspor Combination Sawblade video. I have this blade, and it is a 50-tooth combination blade. Combination meaning you can rip with it and you can cross-cut with it, and you can still get a really decent finish doing both of those. Most often, if you want a really fine finish on ripping some boards, you got to get a fine tooth blade, 60, 70, 80 teeth even, right? And I'm not a woodworker, so bear with me. I might be wrong. In fact, I probably am. But anyway, the more teeth, the finer the cut for ripping stuff. And then when you want to cross cut stuff, you need to rip through those grains. You need like fewer teeth that just kind of tear through it. What I've normally been using for the kind of work that I do is a more inexpensive 40-tooth blade. I find that gives me, it lasts okay for what I do to it, and I use it pretty well. And it's okay. I mean, it works, right? And I'm happy with that. I don't want to spend the high dollars on a fine tooth blade because it won't do everything I need it to, and I don't want to buy a $20 cheap, like 4-tooth blade that's just, going to rip everything to shreds. So this type of blade, this 40-tooth, like construction grade, yeah, it works, right? I've been happy with it. So I got this now. We've got Klingspor's Combination Sawblade, 10-inch, 50-tooth, 5/8" bore, and it's supposed to do both things really well. I'm hoping it does, because the wood that I usually cut up are like dumpster finds, right? Construction where they do forms and they pour cement. I'll take those 2x4s and those 2x6s that have cement on them and stuff, and I'll use those in projects. Pallets. We're going to cut up a couple pallets today. But they're not the best wood. They don't treat your blade and your tools that well. So we're going to give this a whirl, and if it works like I think it's probably going to, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. If it kind of sucks, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say, sorry Klingspor, not for me. Anyway, let me install this in here, and we'll set up my outfeed as a fence, and we'll move the saw around, and we'll cut up some pallets, and we'll see how this thing works. And let's check it out. Oh, hey! Alright, so we know, I'm really impressed with the fact that it did the crazy work, right? Stuff you should not be doing on a table saw in the way that I did it. Again, don't try that at home. That's craziness. I do that kind of crazy stuff. Call me crazy. I take pills, I guess? No, I don't take pills. Anyway, so it did really well with the crazy stuff. Let's see how this blade does. I have a piece of 1x4 oak. It's really, really old. It's really, really dry. This is really, really hard stuff. I found a bunch of this at one point. I've used it quite a bit, and it will eat up saw blades. This is some pretty. It's thick. It's dense. It's good stuff. So I want to rip a little bit of an edge here, make it, see how nice the edge comes out on it, and I'll do a little bit of cross cutting on it, and we'll see how this little piece goes. A little more normal stuff now. I'll even get out my my miter guide gauge thing, doohickey cross cut thing when I do that, and we'll put up a fence and we'll do it for real. So let's check this out. Oh hey, let's talk about this blade. I'm fairly impressed. And let me tell you why. It went through the pallet like it was butter. It really did. And when you're messing around with pallets, and if you're going to do something stupid like use your table saw to cut up a pallet, you need a good sharp blade that's going to hold up. And it went through the pallet, so I'm good with that, right? More often than not, I'm not going to use it for pallets. I am going to use it for regular boards and stuff. But again, upcycled wood that I find. I mean, that's kind of my shtick. So this piece of oak, I can't remember the last time I cut a really old hard piece of oak where you didn't get any burn at all. There's none here. Look at this rip cut on this oak. Here's both of the cut edges, and there's no burn at all. I don't know if that means anything in the real world. I'm not a real woodworker, like I've said. I'm kind of just a maker. I'm not a fine woodworker anyway, so I don't know if that means anything, but that's impressive to me. And I'm kind of an average guy, and that's really cool. And then here's all the cross cuts with it, and it's the same thing. This is the old edge. Cross cut, no burn. Cross cut, no burn, no burn. They're clean. Yeah, and it's this side. It's just, and there's no rip, no tear out. So, and speaking of tear out, that was the other thing. Old crappy plywood is very easy to tear out, right? Again, look at these cuts. That's the old non-cut side right here. This is the fresh cut. Fresh cut. Both of these here, and that would be this edge and this edge. And I don't know if you can see this, but I'm rubbing my fingers along where it was cut, and there's just no tear out. I could take a simple piece of Klingspor sandpaper. No, I could take a piece of sandpaper and really quick just smooth that edge, bevel it if this is for whatever project I was making. So this is, seriously, this is kind of exciting. So I said earlier, thumbs up, Klingspor. This saw blade, for a guy like me that's a part-time maker, goofing around on the weekends, maybe not using things properly, maybe running the types of materials through the table saw that I shouldn't be, or that's not the best for my tools. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. I would absolutely. So let's talk price. I'm spending $40 a blade, $35 to $40 a blade for a decent construction grade saw blade. And to me, if it lasts me, because I don't do a lot of work in the garage, right? So if it lasts me when I'm regularly making stuff, I don't know, 6 months, right? I'm good with that. I got my money's worth, I think. This saw blade on Klingspor is right around $60. So it's the higher end, to me, of an affordable saw blade. $60 is not that much, so I'm okay with the price. I know you can get up to $75, $100 for a combination blade, a ripping crosscut blade. So the price is right. I would recommend it. Thank you, Klingspor. I'm impressed. I don't find a loss of words very often, so this is kind of new for me. But seriously, I don't know what to say. It's just a darn good blade. The oak especially blows me away. So anyway, check out Klingspor's 50-tooth combination 5/8 bore European style industrial carbide tipped, ain't messing around, bad mamma jamma saw blade. Highly recommended. Thank you for watching, and we'll check you out next time.